Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video by Sim. Today we're doing a chit chat sit down. I am getting ready to go to a wedding, and you guys are gonna come prepare with me. Okay, so I have my mirror down here, so if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at the mirror to make sure that what I'm doing to my face is making sense. My top 5 tips on how to juggle full-time employment and full-time studies from someone that has been studying full-time and working full-time for almost 4 years now. So I'm gonna give you my go-to guide, survival guide, survival for dummies, survival guide on how to juggle school and work. So I am going to give you guys my top 5 tips, survival guide on how to juggle both studying and being a full-time employee. First and foremost, okay, well, this should be something that you already have under wraps in the things by the time you're maybe looking for a guide like this. You obviously need to figure out what you do want to study. Once you have that sorted, the next step, and this is a very important step, the next step is to get into figure out why. Figure out why you are doing what you're doing, why you are registering to study what you're studying, what is your end goal, what you are aiming to achieve from being on whatever program you're on, and you basically need to figure out why am I doing what I'm doing, why am I taking my time, why am I registering to basically have my weekends taken away, my evenings taken away, why am I giving money to an institution so I can get a qualification, or what is my end goal? And the reason you need to figure this out is because the road gets tough. And being a full-time employee, and some are full-time parents at the same time. You must come home and you must be a jolly, happy family person. You must take care of kids, you must cook, you must clean, you must do this, you must do that, you must do the next thing, on top of having a full-time job and having to sit down and study. So you need to know why you're doing what you're doing, so that whenever you are feeling down, whenever you're feeling like I actually can't do this anymore, you go back to your why. Because your why is what's going to bear you down. Apart from the fact that you are taking a lot of money and you're spending a lot of money on getting this qualification, a lot of people get into a mindset where they're like, I'm okay with the fact that I'm spending thousands and thousands on a qualification, and I get home and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing because I have a lot to do, I have a lot on my plates. There's so many excuses that you can come up with as a person when it comes to sitting down and having to do what's good for you. So you need to figure out your why, so that whenever you're feeling down, whenever you're feeling like you actually don't want to get up and do this, you remember why you're doing it, and that's gonna at least make you sit down and open a book and do one thing you're supposed to be doing. Okay, so that's figuring out your why. And then the next thing is figuring out a plan. So by figuring out a plan, I mean, you sit down and you say to yourself, okay, I work 40 hours a week. I start work at 8 o'clock. I leave work at 4:30, and I drive home. It takes me an hour to drive home. When I get home, I must prepare dinner for the kids. I must have 30 minutes of workout. And then, logically speaking, after eating and putting the kids to bed and whatever else that you need to do, by 9 o'clock, I should be able to sit down and have time for myself and time for my books. So then you then come up with a timetable, basically, where you're like, okay, I need to invest this much time in my studying. I need to invest this much time into my studying, therefore I must sacrifice going out with my friends. I must sacrifice sundowners on Fridays. I can say, okay, I have 3 hours on a Saturday where we can either have brunch or have lunch or have dinner, but that is one Saturday in the month, and that's all I can give you guys, because the rest of the time I need to focus on getting this done. But for you to get to a point where you can have that conversation, you must know that I need to have this much time, and the only way I can have this much time is if I do this from this time to that time, I do that from that time to that time, and from 9 to 12, I'm studying every night. 9 to 12, I'm sitting and studying. Obviously, you don't study for a block of 3 hours like that straight. I don't think anyone can concentrate for that long. I don't think it's logical to think people can concentrate for that long. So in my head, when you are putting a timeline like that, you are putting a timeline like that with the idea and the concept of, yes, I'm going to study for 3 hours, but it's going to be 3 hours that's maybe got 2 15-minute breaks, so you can have your brain rest and absorb the things, and then you can come back and you restart again. So that's figuring out how you're gonna do it. So you already know why you're doing it, right? Because we did that first. We were like, figure out why you want to do what you want to do. You know why you're doing it. Now you need to figure out how you're going to do it. So you must understand what it is, what commitments it is that you have, right? So let's say you are me. I'm going to use me as an example. You're me. I have work, and then I have school, and then I live at home. So sometimes I must get home and cook, depending on my mom's mood. If she is in the mood to cook or not, I might have to cook. Sometimes I have to get my brother from school, but that's not like a given, right? And then I'm in a long-term relationship. I have a boyfriend that needs attention, so I have to factor that into my month at some point, right? So those are my things, right? But I know I can come back from work. I can go for a walk. After my walk, I come back, I take a shower, I eat, I rest for 15 to 30 minutes, and then I sit down and study. That's a timetable that I can live with, because I don't have anything else. I don't have other specific responsibilities that need my attention. If I don't feel like eating today, I won't eat, because not all of us have healthy habits. I particularly don't have very healthy habits. Yes, you need to figure out your timetable, right? Once you've come up with a timetable that makes sense for you. Now, Kona, it's very important for you not to overindulge yourself. Don't commit to things you know you can't do. You know yourself. You know you're not gonna come back and work for 3 hours. You work in the dungeons there where you're gonna be exhausted, and the first thing you need to do is sleep. So you're not gonna go and say, I'm gonna go take a walk. I'm gonna go take a nature walk. No. Because it doesn't make sense. You're tired. So take a nap and then wake up and do what you need to do. Right? You know you're going to sit in traffic for hours on end. And by the time you get home, you're going to be too exhausted to even sit up and look at your books. Matter of fact, you're going to be too exhausted to even eat. But there you are, putting in your timetable that you want to make dinner. You're going to make a healthy dinner when you're going to be little Miss Health Freak, and you're gonna actually, meal plan and do this, that, and the next thing. But realistically speaking, that's not gonna happen. So you must be realistic also in setting up this plan. And then once you have this plan set up, then you communicate with your loved ones. So you know the people that are gonna be affected by the fact that you don't have time anymore, right? You know the people that are gonna be affected by the fact that you must sit and study. You know the people that are going to be affected by the fact that when now on weekends you're not available anymore. So you sit your friends down, you sit your spouse down, you sit your children down, you sit the whole family down, and you tell them, listen, I know generally I had time to rock up for church every Sunday and take everyone to church. I know I had time to go out for drinks every other weekend, but I've decided I'm going to do this. And because I'm going to do this, then I won't be able to do those things anymore. And now this is when it comes to the sad part, where you see the people that are your tribe and you see the people that are not. Because the people that are for you, that love you, that care about you, are going to say, she's been saying, or he's been saying, she wants or he wants to do this for such a long time, and they finally decided to sit down and do it, it's very important that we support him or her. And therefore, because they have asked us so nicely, because if you're not gonna get there and then and be like, yeah, I decided to do this, so now 1 2 3 4 5, and like people must just listen to whatever you're saying. No, you're gonna be a reasonable human being, and we're all reasonable. We all know how to be reasonable human beings. You're gonna be a reasonable human being, so everyone's gonna be like, we are in support, we understand this, that, and the next thing. And you communicate nicely. You're like, guys, I won't be able to anymore. Like, I won't have the capacity to do this, so therefore please excuse me when I don't come to family gatherings anymore, when I'm not coming to our Saturday sundowners, when I can't join you for a braai every Saturday anymore. I'll come when I have time, when maybe I'm taking a break, but it won't be the usual that we've gotten used to, we've gotten accustomed to, because now I've decided to commit to this. And this is when you see the people that are not for your progress and the people that are. Because the people that know and love you and want you to progress and want you to get all the things that you want are gonna be like, bet, we understand, we are for you. In fact, we'll even hold you accountable when you are coming out with us every other weekend, and we're gonna tell you, when are you paying attention to them, right? Because you told us when you're studying this, that, and the next. And those are the people that you want in your life. And I'm gonna be realistic with you. There are gonna be people in your life that are gonna be like, you're spending way too much time with your books. You're spending way too much time with your books, and I'm not getting enough attention, and therefore I no longer want to be part of this, and that's bye-bye, And when those people say bye-bye, you hold the door open for them, and you're like, bye. And that's how you get to where you want to get. When those people are like, you are actually spending way too much time with your books, you don't have time for me, and Demina, I need attention, and Demina, you are not giving me attention, and Demina, thus therefore I no longer want to be part of this. You let those people go. The best thing you can do for yourself is let those people go. And I am telling you now, let those people go. Let those people go. Those people don't want to see you progress. They don't want you to see you achieving your dreams. They don't want to understand that life is not all about fun times and whatever else. You have to make sacrifices in life, and this is one of the this is one of the sacrifices that you are willing to make for yourself, to better yourself and to move forward in what you want to achieve. Thus, if the people you're keeping around you are saying, Tina, we are not going to be here to see you through all of that. Tina, we are fun time people, and if you're not there for fun time, and in all honesty, when they share you, let them go. The best thing you can do for yourself is let them go. So that's step 3. And then step 4 is to give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Productive today is not the same productive you're going to have tomorrow. It's not the same productive you're going to have 2 weeks from now. You wake up today and you're in a good mood and you're having a fun time and everything is nice and everything is rosy and everything is pretty, and you are able to concentrate, you are able to get to everything that you need to get to through today. And today at work, it wasn't that hectic and you had a nice time and you're in a good mood and you can sit down and you can study. And maybe today you can push for 4 hours, But that doesn't mean next week you're going to be able to push for 4 hours. And so next week when you come back and you've really just had a horrible day, you got to work and Usandra bega klupa and or whatever the case is, whatever happened, Usandra bega klupa, and you're not in a good mood today. You actually hardly can even stomach sitting. The best thing you can do for yourself is sleep. It's okay. But that doesn't mean every day when you are sleeping. Every day when you come back from work, when you are tired, you are sleeping. No, it's not going to work like that. But what I'm saying is, give yourself grace. Understand that productive today is not productive tomorrow. It's not productive the next day. Every day is going to look different, and you need to be able to give yourself grace and be like, okay, today I couldn't do it, but that doesn't mean tomorrow I give up. It doesn't mean that the war is over. It doesn't mean that all is lost. Yes, I couldn't do it today, but tomorrow we try again, you know? So you must give yourself grace. Just because you couldn't do it this week doesn't mean you give up completely. And you must remember that studying and getting through a program is not something you can wake up today and decide, now I want to be serious. Now that it's 3 days before the tests or exams or whatever the case is, now I want to be serious. So you don't give up. Also, you don't how do I put this nicely? You don't register for something and then you are not coming to the party. You yourself, you are the one that's paying you paid the registration fee. You said you're going to study this year. You said, yeah, you're serious. You're going to get this degree. And now you're the same person that's not getting up and doing the things. On the same point, I'm gonna now call it 4.1. Sometimes you're a lazy person and you need someone to hold you accountable. So it's a good idea to have an accountability partner. An accountability partner is someone who's gonna call you and be like, did you do this today? Sometimes your accountability partner is the person you live with at home. That's gonna be like, I see you've been chilling when you've been watching movies for the last 3 weeks. What's the plan? So if you are a lazy person, and you can't push yourself to sit down and study, get yourself an accountability partner. Be it your best friend that's going to give you a call once every 3 days and be like, how's it going? That doesn't live with you. Be it your partner that you live with at home, be it your siblings that you're living with at home, someone that's going to hold you accountable and ask you, how are things going? Are you doing what you said you were going to do? Are we still on track? And then or someone that you are studying with, find a buddy, if you are able to, on the same program as you, that's gonna call you and be like, I was doing assignment 1, 2, 3. How's it going for you? Can we sit down and have a chat about how this is going? If you are because different programs have different things. I'm not gonna assume people are doing the same program, have the same structured programs as I'm on, because on the program that I'm on, we have lessons that are released every week. We have videos that we must go through, and then you have practice questions, and then you have live lectures. So you have a program to follow, and from one day to the next what you're doing. So a lot of programs, and I'm speaking because my mother has been registering and finishing a bunch of things. There isn't that thing, right? It doesn't exist where you'll be like, okay, we need to do, you have a test that's coming up on this specific day, or they just have assignments, and my mother sometimes only remembers the week before the assignment is due, which she has an assignment, and then that's just the life they are living there by that program. So different programs have different things. So you need an accountability partner that's going to hold you accountable, so that you're not waking up the week before the test and you're like, oh yeah, Ghana, we have exams coming up. You don't want to live like that. So get an accountability partner, even if it is your spouse that you live with at home, or your parent, or your friend, your roommate, or whatever the case is. Get someone that's gonna hold you accountable and remind you, you said you're doing this. So when I see you chilling and not doing what you said you were gonna do, I wanna know what's going on. I wanna know what's going on with you. So that's point 4.1. And then the last point is, you are gonna have to compromise. You are gonna have to miss some events. You are gonna have to lose some friendships along the way. You are going to have to make changes. You are gonna have to choose to not go to things that you really wanna go to. You're gonna have to choose yourself. You're gonna have to choose this journey that you chose to go on. And in the midst of doing that, you are going to lose a lot of people. But you must remember that when you're growing, not everybody is going to grow with you. There are some people that you need to lose along the way in order for you to grow. So you need to accept whatever it is that comes with the growth and the journey that you're on. As unpleasant as it is, you know, as unpleasant as it is to accept and to come to terms with the fact that, you know, I thought this person was going to be with me until the end, it's very important that you let them go. You let go of the people that are not supporting you. You let go of the people that don't want you to go on this journey. And I'm going to say don't want you to go on this journey because the fact that you are holding it against me that I can't come out the Saturday before I'm writing, or I haven't been to your whatever event, or whatever the case is, whatever they're holding above you. If you have someone like that, you must let them go. It's very important that you let them go and you make peace with this person is not for this journey that I'm on. Maybe not for this chapter. Maybe they'll come back when things are nice and we're having fun and we are jolly and I've achieved my goals. And if I want them to come back and still be part of my life, great. If I decide, that's also, it is what it is, you know? So that is on point five. So while you are sticking to your plan, obviously there are people that are going to be like, it's a bit much. It's a bit much that you are expecting us to be fine with the fact that you're not coming around. You know, you might be very unlucky and it's your spouse that's like, I'm not getting enough attention. And you're like, but I'm doing this for us. But if you have a spouse like that, if you do find yourself in a situation like that where it's your best friend that's like, actually, you're doing a lot or you're not there for me enough, you must just accept, because you need to stick to the plan and you can't be compromising for people that are not willing to compromise. I mean, it's not like you're gonna be studying this thing for the next 7 years. It's like a year and a half, maybe 2 years max. If they honestly cannot sacrifice for 12 months nyana for your life to better, for you to feel better about yourself, for you to get to the point that you want to get to in your life and achieve your goals and dreams, is that person really someone you want to keep in your life? You know, you must think of those things and you must be honest with yourself and be like, actually, the fact that you feel like I'm asking for a lot by asking you to literally support me for 7, 9, 8 months now, the fact that you feel like it's a lot that I'm asking you to, you know, just give me some grace for, you know, a couple 12 months nyana, it just goes to show how important I am and everything that I want is to you. And maybe that's telling. Maybe that is a telling trait on where you and I actually stand and how much you are for me and how much you are my tribe and all of those things. And then you need to make that decision. In all honesty, no one's going to make the decision to cut people off for you. No one's going to make the decision to cut people off for you. It will be your own choice. And if you feel like you would much rather fight for that relationship with someone that's saying to you, I'm not willing to wait for you to be the best version of yourself, the version that you want to see yourself being. I would much rather you and I be out in the streets, grooving, gallivanting the whole time, gaining nothing, and pretty much spending the small money that we have when you could be bettering yourself so you can earn a little more and we have a lot more money and we can go to even better places than we are currently going. It's your choice at the end of the day. If you're like, this is my person and I'm gonna stick by them regardless, I ain't gonna sick first. No one's gonna hold your hand, no one's gonna pull you, no one's gonna make you leave that person. It's again gonna be your decision. Since you want that person to be in your life and since you want that person to be in your life and that's what you want for yourself, no one's gonna force you to leave that person. No one's gonna tell you, no, that's not the way to go. No one's gonna force you to do anything. It is your decision, and it's always been your decision whether or not you want to keep that person in your life. So what I'm basically saying is, in your journey, in deciding that you want to do what you want to do and you want to achieve what you want to achieve, you need to decide who gets to come with you on that journey. Is that person building you up, or is that person breaking you down? And is that person going to cheer you on the whole way? And when you fall and you stumble, is that person going to be there to pick you up? Or are the people that you are keeping around you the same people that are going to be like, who did they think they were? You know? because you don't want those people. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where the people that you kept around you are the same people that are like thinking they can register for a master's, or they can do this, or they can do that. You don't want those people around you. Trust and believe, you don't want those people around you. We don't want those people around you. Nobody wants those people around you. You know, God doesn't want those people around you. Your ancestors don't want those people around you. And maybe they say to you, go on this journey so you can see. So you can see for yourself that the people you're keeping around you are not for your progress. You know, you want friends. You want to have friends that are gonna be cheering you on the whole way, you know? You don't want to have friends that are like begati ubani and are thinking they can do what they are doing, you know? You don't want those people in your life. You want to have those type of vibes in your space, you know? You don't, man. Like, I don't want that for you. You know, and maybe right now you're still a stranger on the internet, but you know, you're my friend. I don't want that for you. I want the best for you. Therefore, please choose yourself over and over and over again. Like, keep choosing yourself. That's what we want. That's what we want. We want you to please keep choosing yourself. Choose the people that choose you. And most importantly, when you decide that you are doing this, you are registering, you are getting a degree, you are leveling up, you are getting you are doing whatever you want him to do. The people you keep around you, may they be the people that want to see you succeed. May they be the people that want to see you progress. May they be the people that want to see you living your best life. That's what we all want. That's what I wish upon all of you, because I happen to have been very lucky to have those type of people. So I wish everyone could have as much luck as me. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. We're just gonna recap the 5 points that we had. Point 1 was know your why. Know why you're doing what you're doing. Know why you are on the journey that you are taking. Point 2 was have a plan. Have a plan. Have an idea of what you are wanting, how you are going to achieve what you are planning on achieving, and stick to the plan. Number 3 was communicate the plan. Your loved ones want to know the journey that you're on, and they want to be able to support you the best way they can, and the only way they can is if you communicate that to them. Without that knowledge, they are unable to support you the way you want to be supported. Remember that. That was point 3. Point 4, what was point 4? I've forgotten what point 4 was now. I should have written these down. I've forgotten what point 4 was. I talk too much, guys, just in case y'all haven't come to that conclusion yourselves. I do talk a little too much. But what was point 4? I know point 4 had a point 4.1 also in it. Oh, give yourself grace. Point 4 was give yourself grace. So we are going to give ourselves grace. We are going to be aware, and we are not going to give up, and we are going to know that every day won't look like yesterday, and it's important to give yourself grace. Today won't look like tomorrow, won't look like the other day, but as long as you are giving yourself grace, you know that it's fine that I have a slump today. I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll try again. You're not giving up on yourself. You're not giving up on your dreams. You are giving yourself grace, and you are not saying just because I lost last week, the whole war is over. The whole war is not over. You are going to get up and you're going to try again, and you're going to have a nice time chasing your dreams. And the last point, the final point, was stick to the plan. stick to the plan and let go of anything that deviates you from the plan. Let them go. If they are not for you, they are not for the journey that you are on, it's okay. It's not their season. Maybe they'll come back later. If you still want them, me personally, I wouldn't want them, but that's just me. Yeah, let people play the role that they want to play in your life. If they feel like this is too much, let them go. If they come back and you let them back, good for you, good for them. If they don't, life goes on. Life goes on and move. So that is Sim's 5 tips on a survival guide to billionaire. This was Sim's 5 tips on her. No, this is Sim's survival guide. 5 tips on juggling full-time work and full-time studies. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so happy that you guys have gotten this far on this video. Thank you so much for tuning in the video and for staying until the end. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't joined the family, please do consider joining it. We are growing. We are getting somewhere. Maybe I will find my niche one of these days. Thank you so much for engaging with my content. I really hope you guys have a great day further. Please do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and share to your friends or people that need these survival guide tips. Share the video. Let the world know that I am giving a little bit of my sprinkle, and I will see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.